Shalom Aleichem, everyone. We're continuing Hachsek's learning of the Pele Yoetz, day number 248 in the chapter of Halva, of lending people money. And we were speaking about how careful one must be to make sure that the money that they are loaning is most likely going to come back to them. You have to have a star, you have to have a document, there should be Aiden, there should be witnesses. You should do things in a way that you are guaranteeing to the best of your abilities that you're going to get the money back, so you'll continue feeling comfortable loaning out money to others. Now, the Pele Yoetz writes like this, and we mentioned the last thing we said was that if the person is very poor and they can't even give you collateral, like a nice watch or something like that, then at least have an arev, have a guarantor that's going to sign on the document, so that if you can't get the money back from the borrower, you'll at least get the money back from his guarantor. Now, if you know that the borrower is not going to be able to find even a guarantor, if he asks you for a certain amount of money that you think to yourself, you know what, if he doesn't pay me back, I'll be able to handle it still. And this person is considered to be, we presume him to be an honest man. And the truth is, he'll borrow the money and he does have a plan of action. I was going to go and make more money to be able to pay it back. If you want to, then you can loan him the money at one time based on the nemanis, based on the believability that you have of this person. But don't loan him another loan while he still has the original loan out there, because then he's going to end up, again, before you finish repaying the first one, and then you'll be merciful again. But the second loan you should do at the same reasonable amount over here, which means if Yankel borrowed $100, let's say $1,000 from me, and he's supposed to pay me back, he didn't pay me back yet, says the Pele Yoetz, don't loan him more money, because you're going to put this guy in double debt. Rather, let him pay you back, and when he pays you back then, and he asks you for another loan him the same amount, because you know that he's good for that. Don't think, well, he's so trustworthy, look, he paid me back the first time, now he's asking for $5,000, I'll give him $5,000. Don't think like that. Why? There are many tricksters and swindlers that are out there in this world. They pay 4 or 5 times small loans. They borrow a small amount of money and then they pay back in a timely fashion. And then until you believe that they're very trustworthy. Well, look, I loan him the money. He pays him back right away. Unbelievable. I can trust him. Then he comes, but then he comes and says, can you do me a favor? I paid you back so many times. I need 10 grand this time. And you say, you know what? I like you. You're trustworthy. You're honest. You paid back every single time. I'll give you the money. And then this borrower ends up consuming all of the money because he cannot pay back. Therefore, do not increase the amount of money that you originally loaned him. Give him the same amount. Even if on that condition, like we said before, that the man is never going to pay you back. Don't give any more than you can afford, that if he doesn't pay you back, you'll still be okay. It's not going to hurt the pocket too bad. But to give him a lot, maybe he's coming to take advantage of you. Do not do that, says the Pele Yoetz. But when you're dealing with a person that we presume, no matter what, the way that he behaves, he is this tricky swindler over here. Do not loan him a penny unless he gives you a mashka and he gives you collateral. And in order that you should not have a battle with your Yetzer Hara, that every person that comes your way, you think, oh, he must be a Rabbi, he must be a trickster, he must be a swindler. Then you'll never ever loan money to anyone without collateral, even though we just finished saying sometimes you might not have a choice. And then you end up locking the doors between in front of the leivim, in front of the people that want to come and borrow the money. For For the truth of the matter is, many times it's not really feasible to lend money and to get a secure collateral in a timely fashion. Achenimsa mililvais, until at the end he won't loan money anymore. Meaning, people come and they ask for money, and they need the money right now. They're desperate need. So maybe they can't get collateral. Maybe they can't get a guarantor right away. So what? You'll never loan money to anybody anymore? Therefore, you have to look at it the following way. If you could ascertain that this person is truly someone that you should suspect, that he's a swindler, or maybe it's really your Yetzer Hara that's causing you to think he's a swindler. Maybe he's not. How do you decide? Says the Pele Yoetz, imagine for yourself, between you and HaKadosh Baruch Hu, on the way of truth. If you would be loaning this person money, and you're going to take some kind of a heter iska like we spoke about before, where you can make the loan into some kind of business transaction, and therefore you'll get money back in return. So if I'm going to loan the guy money, and I would actually get something payment back in return, would I trust the guy and loan him the money? And if I would, then you have to think to yourself, okay, I'm going to be choshed, I'm going to doubt every single person is a swindler, but over here, I get a mitzvah, I get to loan him money, and that itself is worthwhile. And therefore, such a person that comes along, I'll loan him the money even without a mashka and even without collateral. But if after you consider the matter honestly, you would not lend this person money, even if he's going to make it iska, he's going to make it that he's going to write this kind of document that will become the business dealings, so you'll make money, and then you cannot trust him unless he gives you a mashka and unless he gives you collateral. Nevertheless, if he's a poor man, he's asking a little bit of money, a few $100, my friend, I just got to get through the month. And it's close, most likely, that this poor person is not going to be able to pay the money back. Al yashuv dach v'nichlam. Do not turn away a person that is oppressed and nichlam, and that is shamed over you. This poor fellow. Therefore, you should give him the money on condition that he doesn't have to pay you back. You're not expecting to get it back. I'm going to give the guy $100. I'm going to give him $1,000 right now. They're asking me for $3,000 to make it. You have the money, and you're giving it to the poor person, and you pretty much know already what's going to happen. You're never going to see the money again in your life, says the Pele Yoetz. Give it over and have in mind, I'm giving it. I'm not expecting to get paid back. In order that if the borrower could not pay you back, he becomes a rush because a wicked person. Someone who borrows money doesn't pay back, he's a wicked person. But since that you're not expecting him to pay the money back, says the Pele Yoetz, you're saving him. Because if you would be loaning him the money and expecting to get it back when you know that he's probably not going to pay you back, you're a stumbling block in front of the blind once again. It's not enough that you just meichel him, that you forgive him in your heart and say, it's okay, whatever, until you say it in your heart. No. Shaharei al kol panim aleiv li'isur koim mechaven, because the one who borrowed the money had in mind to do a prohibition. V'shelefanav einay gali shemachala, because he doesn't know that you're being meichel, that you are forgiving him, you're forgiving the loan. He's borrowed the money from you. He thinks that you expect him to pay back, even though in his mind he's not going to pay you back. That's why you have to articulate your words to him. And you have to tell him, don't worry if you can't pay me back. I don't care. It's okay. Whatever you can do, you'll do. It's as if I already got the money. And then you tell the guy, if one day you end up with the money, then you can pay me back, then I want you to pay me back. In the meantime, says the Pele Yoetz, you don't take a penny from this person. And with this, you receive the merits of two mitzvahs, tzedakah and hava. You loaned them the money, and now if he can't pay you back, you're getting tzedakah. You are getting charity. You're giving him charity as well. Hashem will pay him back, like it says, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the righteous one, Hashem, is generous and he gives. You did tzedakah, you gave charity, Hashem's going to take care of you. If a person borrowed money and he does something wicked, he doesn't pay back the loan, the one who loaned him the money, the malva who's righteous, then the righteous one will be gracious and will give it to him as a gift. So that he should not be transgressing that you are putting a stumbling block in front of this blind person over here. Nobody should get punished as a result. You loan the guy money, he can't pay you back right now, there's no way to pay you back. So what are you going to do? Says the Pele Yoetz, just be meichel. Say, don't worry about it. I don't need the money. Otherwise, because of you loaned him the money, now he couldn't pay you back, so now you're over lifnei iver, and he becomes a rasha because he doesn't pay you back. So just forget about it. If that's what you do, then the Rabbi was the tzaddik of the world. He's going to take care of you as well. He'll pay you the debt from someplace else, and you're going to make some business deal, and the money is going to come back elsewhere from in another direction. You don't have to worry about that. Mitzvah layeda davara. Somebody who does someone who does a mitzvah, he never will suffer any evil. Therefore, if you did a mitzvah, you gave tzedakah, you gave a loan, don't worry. The money is going to come back some way, shape, or form. Umisha Yehudi kasher, and if someone is a good, outstanding Jew, and they believe clearly in the words of Chazal, Avar Chachamim, who say these words in truth, Lo yikshe be'einav im hilva sela la'ani b'shas. Don't be so upset if you lend a little bit of money to a poor man in his pressing circumstances, and he ends up taking it all and use it for himself, and he can't pay you back. You, the malva, the one who loaned the money, you believe with amunah shlema. Hashem's going to load up your sacks with money from someplace else. You don't have to worry about that. Do not look bad and don't look down on your destitute brother over here. And don't close the door to those that need to borrow money. Even in the case where you need to do without a mashkan, without collateral, like we said before. But if you don't trust this person and he's asking for a large sum of money as a loan, then you do not loan the money without, not even a penny, without a mashkan, without the collateral. So you should not get duped by this person, and he's not going to end up paying you back, and then you regret all of the loans that you ever made because now you feel you can't trust anybody. Says the Pele Yoetz, you do things wisely, you do things carefully, you do things with compassion on your fellow Jew. Never loan out more money than you could afford to lose, because sometimes you will lose the money. Says the Pele Yoetz, if you could afford it, then you can do it, and don't worry, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will bring you the money from someplace else. All the best.